Recorded this computer. Hey, welcome to the AI Cookbook podcast. I'm Jeff.
Nate.
All right, well, let's hop right into it. Hopefully, this won't be too long. There's some I wanted to jump into a topic to start with because it's been kind of gearing at me. I think I see AI bifurcating into physical AI and then the electronic AI. So, the first topic I wanted to talk to you about was robots, and they're having their iPhone moment right now. So there is a lot going on in robotics and a lot of massive investment that's going on in what's out there. And we're
Yeah,
heading into this physical robotic world where you're going to start to see robots do manufacturing. They're going to be our taxis. They're going to be, all this physical labor is going to be robotic. And I think we're in within like 3 to 5 years of that really being in fruition. What do you
I
think?
absolutely agree. I mean, it was like, I haven't thought about this much because we've been so heavy into like just the electronic aspect, the LLM aspect of AI and where that's going. But, 4 years ago, I started looking heavily at ag tech, and there's a lot of robotics in that. And 4 years ago, the robots blew me away and what they were doing and how AI was being applied there. And I catch up with those things every now and then, and it just astounds me functional robotics in the entire agricultural industry, and it's not going to be long before we have these more of these Roomba type things in all of our homes that just do incredible things. We can't
Yeah, in
believe
our
that.
factories and all that kind of stuff. I
Oh
mean,
yeah,
it's interesting. Like you hear about these frontier models, and you hear a lot about Anthropic. You hear ChatGPT. You hear Gemini from Google and all that, but you're not hearing much about XAI and um, Elon's companies, right?
yeah,
I actually think that's because he's abandoning this consumer-based AI and the business-based AI, and he's going hard at the robotics.
yeah.
And I'm willing to bet we're going to have a data center in the sky in the space from XAI, and we're going to have a moon base where they're going to be building stuff on the moon, but it's all robots.
Crazy. It doesn't matter how far, like how fast we move. It's still science fiction stuff. It's crazy.
I know it's going to be really wild, really wild. Well, I don't want to talk about what it's going to have an impact on, work and economies yet,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
all right, let's get lighter. Claude release a new feature, and they seem to be releasing a new feature every week on something, but they have the interactive visuals in chat now. Have you seen this?
Yes, yes. This blew me away. Yeah,
Super cool. I was playing with it, and the really cool thing is the prompts can be like really light. Like you don't have to go into prompting framework. You can basically say something like, "Hey, show me how the time value of money works and teach me how that works in an interactive visual." And boom, all of a sudden it comes out.
yeah.
That was super cool. That was
Yeah, and it's funny because it literally, so many things we've been doing over the past year with these tools, with these frontier models. I'll still have a sketch pad, right? And I'll say, okay, this is interrelating in this way, and drawing little flow charts and scribbles and stuff. And I was like, all of a sudden, Claude's doing this for me. Oh, this is amazing.
yeah, yeah. Deeper and deeper into this for sure. Um, I love following all these changes and how fast it's coming. And
Seems like every day. Yeah,
yeah,
I open up Claude and it's like, oh, now we do this. All right.
well, and I think the sneaky group is Google on this whole thing
Yeah.
because Google is so quiet about their releases, like so quiet. But I was playing with Notebook this morning, and they've added like 5, 6 things in the Notebook that we've got to have another session on. But like
Yeah. I'll have to jump back in there
Notebook
today.
just keeps getting better. It's pretty incredible. Anyway, let's move on. So, corporate America, all right, we are going to talk about jobs. Corporate America admitted AI is replacing workers, and we're seeing this in massive form right now.
Yep.
Um, where do you think this goes?
I felt like we were alarmists, or people thought we were alarmists when we started talking about this over a year ago. Now it's like people are like, okay, this is actually real. There's still like a significant portion of at least my network that's like, oh, these are all just excuses for bad businesses, right? They're just using AI as like the crutch. But I think this next wave, everybody will realize, no, this actually wipes out knowledge work. And when people, we see this all the time, when we start taking people through our training and they start realizing, I just did what took me years in my career to do, and I just ran that in 5 minutes. Then they start to, it finally hits like this absolutely does replace, knowledge work. And this is just going to keep on snowballing.
Yeah, I'm hearing more and more of those personal stories too. A
Yeah.
marketer of 19 years gets laid off without severance, with
Yeah.
nothing, right? Like, and more and more people, what was it? The jobs report was negative last month too.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think we see more of this, but I think what it means, I mean, there is no recourse. We all got to become entrepreneurs,
Yes.
you know?
Yeah. That's probably, that's a good personal reminder. I should probably like put that on the sticky note on the mirror for each morning, which is like, remember that we're a bit further in ahead on this wave than others. Because we're all enthusiastic and opportunistic and realizing, oh, we weren't that way when this kind of happened to us. And we started seeing this happen to our initial batch of friends. So, yeah, you're right. There's the bigger wave, the tsunami probably of this is starting to hit. And there's a lot of just very scared folks. And it's up to all of us to show everybody how they can become entrepreneurs with this technology.
Yep. Shameless self plug. We are running a program starting March 30th where we're teaching people to become entrepreneurs through their own marketing agencies.
Yeah.
Just so you know, but I think this is coming for all of us
Yep.
pretty soon. All right, story four. Shock, shock. Claude solved his unsolved problem. This is a crazy story. I think this just speaks to the value of these models and how good they are at solving
Yeah.
complex theories. I have no idea what this means, to be honest. I couldn't tell you what the algorithm was and all that kind of stuff, but the fact that it's starting to solve math and physics and things like that leads us into a world where AI is really leading and solving massive problems for us, right?
This is even, yeah, this is the kind of stuff where I'm with you. Like, I don't understand, these geniuses. I'm like, I don't understand what they're working on or what algorithms they created or, what they've been asking for computer assistance with for ages and now can suddenly do. All I know is that when people like that are like, I'm shocked this actually worked,
Yeah,
then yeah, then I'm just like, okay, this is astounding.
exactly. If it's, as the podcast angle says on here, if Newt is surprised, the rest of us should be paying very close attention right now.
Yes, absolutely. Because
Yeah,
you and I get into this stuff where we can like explain how, this is how this amazing result is happening. And maybe some of the shine has gone off it for us. But it's like, all it's doing is just assembling, words in the order that we want to hear them. But it's like, wow, there actually is something much deeper going on with these models when you hear people like this saying it solved this problem that I wasn't able to solve, or it took me weeks to solve.
yeah. But I think it's important to note here too, it still requires direction,
Yeah,
right? The models aren't thinking, they're predicting and they're putting
yeah,
things forward that are pretty amazing. But that's after directed information. So I think about like the websites we've been delivering, right?
yeah,
They're great, they're amazing what we've been delivered, but they're amazing because we put the brand framework before it.
yeah, yeah,
And it's the things that we know and that we've done for years in our business and our business lives and our corporate lives, like the brand framework, the messaging framework, all that kind of stuff that we pull together that make these things really, really shine,
yeah.
right? So there, I think, just to leave some hope out there for people, this isn't about AI taking over for us. This is about AI aiding your knowledge and really taking it to another level.
Yeah.
Because it wouldn't have happened if Newth didn't know what he was talking about, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, last one. Morgan Stanley, most of the world is not ready, and GP 5.4 proves it. So the numbers on this, and they're estimating recursive self-improvement comes in 2027. I would argue it's already here.
Yeah.
The models are working themselves. If you look at what's going on with OpenClaw and how they're doing, and how that's working, the models are absolutely improving themselves on this. So I think Morgan Stanley's wrong. They're like way off.
Yeah. This is the part that starts to scare me, right? Is how fast this happens. So we just talked about, we open up every couple of days, one of the generative models, and there's a new feature. Like, oh, that's really cool. And that's going to happen so quickly that they can't even update humans anymore. It's just like
Yeah.
this stuff's all just happened. You can ask us these questions now, and we'll take care of it for you.
Yeah, exactly. And I, it'll be interesting to see what's going on. But this is where we talk about this all the time. If you're not in this game, if you're not playing with AI and you're not injecting it into your everyday, you're falling behind faster and faster. You know, I hate to be that person to be like, alarmist about this, but I just know the work that we've been doing over the past couple years and how much better it's gotten and how much more I do with it every day that I can't imagine somebody who's just getting into it right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
still had a way of thinking this morning for setting up one of these training cohorts that we have coming up here starting on the 30th. And, in my head, as I was talking to somebody, I'm like, oh, I need a syllabus and I need a bio intro for everybody. And I need all this, kind of pre-prep work. And you still revert to, okay, that's like a day of time. I've got to set a day aside. And then I realized this is either a notebook or a Claude task that's going to take 5 minutes.
yeah. Yeah.
And then you start to think, I won't even have to instruct it in the near future when these things get so recursive.
Mm.
It can just listen to my phone call and I'll say, hey, just based on that phone call, you know what I need, and it's going to do it. It's just crazy.
Yeah, it is.
It's just crazy.
It is. If people see in my eyes, are like, why does he keep looking to his right? It's because I'm vibe coding while we're talking.
Yeah, exactly. We've always got, yeah. It's my
I'm
favorite
coding.
part
I'm
about
coding our YouTube integration right now.
it's my absolute favorite part about our prospecting calls we do with prospective clients. And they say, I really need something that does this. And then I can tell that you're vibe coding it on the side. And we're half an hour into discovery, and then you say, "Hey, you want me to show you a prototype of what you just asked for half an hour ago?" And
Yeah,
they just fall out of their chairs. I love it.
those are my fun. Yeah, I love that stuff. Well, all right. Well, that's the podcast for this week. We went quick here on it. I think the story here is jump in as fast as you can, start building a business around this, and think about becoming an entrepreneur. Because if you're not, um, you know, something's coming for your job these days.
Absolutely. And if it happens to you, reach out to us. Like we've been here to help. We've gone through it ourselves, and we're trying to lift everybody up.
Yeah, time to go. Let's go. All right. Thanks, Nate. Great talking to
That was good. Thanks, Jeff.
you.